Hello, 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 Libra. Welcome. We are doing your reading for Aquarius season. This is the Feminine Inquisition. My name is Tiffany. This is for Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, any Venus placements that are dear to you, any Libra people that you care about. The Aquarius season will begin the actual new year. We will have our entering into the fire horse, and the the real age of the Aquarius has really taken hold, and then there will be a lot of astrological events. A lot of planets will be in conjunction, so it's very fortuitous time. But in addition to that, there'll be a Mercury retrograde, and some of the major players are Pluto, Uranus. Now Uranus will be in Taurus, which is your sister sign, so it may impact you if Venus is your chart ruler, but you will check out your placements. If you don't know what your natal chart looks like, there is a link that you can use in the description box. But we'll just get right into it. And this is the new setup so that you can see everything as it appears when the cards land. So everything here is part of the reading, how the cards fall, what they touch. And so I'm super happy that I have this this sort of setup so that you can see everything, right? Not only the beautiful illustrations of the cards, but also what goes on in the reading. So I will just start with a regular wheat smith, and we'll see from there and open up dialogue. Okay? All right. So for Libra, let's talk. What you're going through, what you're closing out, what Aquarius season brings. Now we know Aquarius is an air sign. It is fixed. And it is about the greater good for the collective, but as well as the unique rights to the individual. And so this balance is something that you are used to, something that you hold dear to you in your decision making. So let's just see if it speaks to you, what's coming towards you in this season. For Libra, please. For Libra, for Aquarius season 2026. So the bottom card is going to be the summary, and these are the specific details. Ooh, okay. So we have the Nine of Swords, the Three of Wands, and the High Priestess, with the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Now, this is either what you are stepping into or what you are holding as a position of power now. This is a great sense of independence and resourcefulness. There's a great pride here for all the work that you have put up until this point. It's a fortuitous time for you to really thrive. Now, I think that there's some changes, some stress of the waiting game. Maybe you have high anticipation or expectation about what's coming towards you, what you've been manifesting. But the High Priestess is here. And so I'm not sure what secrets may be being revealed to you. If the intuition is feeling a little cloudy at this time, we'll need to take a closer look at why the High Priestess is in reverse. The High Priestess has a deep sense of knowing. And it would suggest that you know exactly what you're doing and what you're capable of, what you're worthy of in the 3D. But this is not the 3D. And these are your actions for what you want to bring about in this life as you move through the Suit of Wands. And this is the mental space. Ooh. The Emperor in reverse. But I'm not sure. Let's just keep this as is, upright. And the reason is because most of my cards should be, yeah, the deck is As you can see, all upright. So we'll just take that as an anomaly, okay? We'll look further into that in due time. But between the Emperor and the Empress, which I think is quite important, is a shifting perspective. And again, more waiting. Now this is Pisces energy. Saturn is still in Pisces, and it will not leave Pisces until kind of the middle, February 13th. And so some of this restrictions, some of these constrictions on a mental level for what you're manifesting could be blocking your intuition. This is also a Piscean card. And so maybe you're really trying to create structure and trying to demand reality to reflect back to you what you hope to see. And part of that is turning down or lowering the noise. Maybe you don't want to be in a state of dream. Maybe you don't want to be carried away with fantasy. Maybe you're trying to be really practical in your approach. And so you're just thinking, I'm not going to hold my hopes too high. I'm not going to try to think that it's already in the bag, whatever it is that you're waiting for. You're trying not to float away into far off distances. You want to be grounded and really just know that what you have already done is going to prove fruitful, because this is the position that you're in. And so this is how you're showing up. Cool. So let's go. Let's look at this High Priestess. Why is the High Priestess here for Libra in reverse? And maybe it is that you don't know. Maybe you don't want to jinx it. Maybe if you think too much, you might influence the outcome. Maybe you don't trust yourself because there's mental here, and this would be your intuition. And right now you're trying to discern what is intuition and what is anxiety. Let's learn. High Priestess, please. The Wands in reverse. Death. Queen of Cups. Sideways over your manifestation power. There, flipping into my hand, is the Ace of Pentacles. We will take it. The Lovers. A true sense of alignment, either with yourself or with another. I have no reason to suspect that it's with another, other than the fact that the Emperor and the Empress had the waiting game and the shifting of perspectives with the Hanged Man in between. But we'll get there. The High Priestess with a wonky Six of Wands. Limited ideas of success, right? So here's big expectations, and here would be the victory, right? From this waiting, watching, bated breath, we hope for this, but it's in reverse. A fear of success, a fear of victory, a fear of being changed, a fear of the change from whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, trying your damnedest to keep it together emotionally. There's a lot of stress concerning this Ace of Pentacles. You are anticipating something very big and transformative. And it has to do with alignment. For what? Learning, growing, doing something new, perhaps being at a beginning stage, and it's worrying to make this change because maybe where you're at now as the as the Nine of Pentacles, you're really at the top of your game. You're just one pentacle short of the Ten of Pentacles. And so it would be very unlikely that you'd be comfortable to shift into a Page of Swords for whatever this new endeavor and opportunity is. And so these fears could certainly come between your manifestation power. Six of Wands to the Death. This could be read as an ego death. But with the power of the Lovers, it just doesn't make sense. What's after this Page of Swords? The Knight of Cups. This is a message. I wonder if there's a loss of stability on the horizon. A stress about if this doesn't come through, what the loss of money may look like. Again, you started as the Nine of Pentacles. This is not a person, an energy that worries about resources. I'm going to go to the Osho. No, I'm going to go to the Akashic Tarot to see what's in the field for this death energy. Can I learn, please, what is this ending as it relates to the Six of Wands? As it has clarified, the High Priestess, what is floating in this space of intuition? Show me this death and the Six of Wands, please. For Libra, for Aquarius even. Your ego is worried about something ending. Can I learn more about this death? What's in the field? Thank you. On track. In crescent moon at the bottom of the deck, the Six of Keys. So this deck is different. It is tarot. They have different elements. The Six of Keys, and here the One of Scrolls. This would be the swords, but not every card is referenced in the same exact way. But this is the Ace of Swords. On track would be the way that this card reads, right? It's someone who's catching the train, big plans, going exactly where they intend to, but it's in reverse. Now, again, this is just a fear. This is not real. This is the High Priestess in reverse, because the intuition, aka stress, as you try to battle the headspace, the fears that your ambivalence is sabotaging you, or your hesitation, you're not worthy, you're not ready. But the guidance is to keep going. And the way that I read this, it has everything to do with this opportunity. But with the Lovers here, I do need to know if this is about the Ace of Pentacles, or a union that's quite complex and stretching you to your limits right now. Calling into question of how much you are unconditional in your love for yourself and for others, for yourself and the other, seeing yourself in the other. Are you being supported in this waiting for this opportunity? Can I learn about this on track? Are we talking about a pentacle-based experience or a union? What is Libra waiting on? Judgment. No, sorry, justice. La Percée is breakthrough. These cards are French. Justice. For something to be fair. Now, this can go both ways. It can be spiritual justice, like karma. Will you get what you're ready for? Will you be honored with this next opportunity for how much effort you've put in so far? Or is it that you want some sort of contract to take you to the next level for security in this union? The Queen of Swords here. So she's very clear. And she's very decided. She's also very logical. But I'm looking at a very mixed bag of approaches to the situation. What is this justice related to? What are you breaking through? Limited concepts of yourself. Okay, got it. The limited concepts of yourself, compromising your truth, playing small. So, the Queen of Swords is talking to you about precision, your voice, your ability to cut through the bullshit, to speak as the authority, to trust your clarity. And I feel like that is what we are talking about here. But it has an emotional level, because while in the Pentacles, maybe in whatever career you're using, or whatever experiences you've had applying yourself in your craft, this is a no-brainer for you. It's easy. You know how to get the job done and do it well. You know how to make people feel secure in your position, to trust you, to rely on you, to be dependable. You know how to do all things. That doesn't mean that it is your responsibility to do all things. You're not overworked, but you know how to do all things. But the unconditional way in which you manage your mind, your hopes, and your internal guidance system is really coming into question now for your alignment for this opportunity. And ego can work both ways. It can boast us up, give us great confidence, and we can go out there. But it can also drag us down, that we have a fear of failure. And that is what this is about. Keep going. Anything else you want to tell me about what I've just said? Related to this fear of failure. For Libra, for Aquarius even. No. So it is indeed time for you to recognize that you can break through. You can break free. There is a ceiling that you have created, that you have somehow, some way projected onto maybe every career choice that you've made up until this point. Maybe you've put a cap on the kind of money you thought you were worthy of receiving. And again, playing small, and it's about breaking through. Now, underneath, I've got the Teacher. And in this deck, the Teacher is, it is an extra card. It's the last of the major arcana. It's specific. Sorry, there's just some big noise outside. It is specific to this deck, the Osho Zen. I imagine this is Osho. I don't know. But what it suggests is that there are several ways in which you can master life. You can be a master craftsman and great at whatever it is that you put your heart, your energy, your blood, your sweat, your tears into. But also, you can craft your life, your person, your guidance system, your connection to source. the spirit that lives within you. And that, ooh, after the teacher at the bottom of the deck, we keep going. We have the Three of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, there is a huge change going on after the Wheel of Fortune, letting go of Eight of Wands. This is divine communion. You're expanding on multiple levels at this time. And the guidance, as it has been expressed here, is to not get caught up in whether or not the material comes to you as you anticipate it. Don't get stressed about a loss of money or leaving one position to then take on another. It's alignment, being in alignment with you. It is about trust also. Let's see. We're going to go to the Lenormand Oracle and see if we can get some players that might be involved in this story. Very interesting. This process for you in Aquarius season is completely internal. It does not involve anyone else. But maybe the Lenormand will say otherwise. What is this about? Thank you. The fish. This is money. The bear. Ooh, so these are not unlike each other, the Queen of Cups and the bear. This is about a very protective, motherly-like energy. I'm going to see if there's something with a combination of the bear and the fish, because that would be fun if there was. Right. So this is powerful motherly protection. It's strength, right? It's the boss energy. And maybe you're scared of bossing up. But bear and fish, not here. Yeah, some combinations are written in the book, but some aren't. And so I think that there is great prosperity on this incoming Ace of Pentacles. It's a real opportunity, real world chance here for you to boss up, and that scares the shit out of you. But the guidance is to keep going. We're going to go back here since they seem. The Akashic Tarot seems to know precisely what you need to hear. And this is accepting yourself in all forms, right? So this is the highs and lows of your experience. What does Libra need to know about bossing up? What do you want to tell her? What do you want to tell him? Share with us. About this incoming opportunity, about rising up, breaking through the ceiling, any mental handicaps that have been imposed unfairly to this point. Okay, so what we have is first, oh, 2 angels. Oh, that's super special. So interesting. So I have Archangel Gabriel, and then I have Archangel Michael. Now, whether or not you believe in angels, neither here nor there. This is the deck. These are the cards that came out for you. And so Archangel Gabriel speaks about powers of communication. This is the synonymous with Mercury. This is about collective collaboration, endeavors of communication, speaking your truth. That's why the Queen of Swords was present, okay? You have to be able to see yourself and embody what it means to be a teacher. 2 times. Now, I want to tell you how the words of these decks. So in the Osho Zen, it actually has little phrases to summarize each of their meaning for the tarot. So this is the 3 of Wands, which we know is the center of your reading. Very powerful position in a reading. And here it's the experience of existence. But in this deck, the Magician is existence. And so Mercury is the magician. It's about speaking out into the world what it is that you want, because your words are spells, and you're relating to and impacting the reality as it shows up. This is true manifestation power, but you have to have the confidence and the will to make it happen. A little bit of practice, a lot of study, but also so much trust. Now, Archangel Michael here is about a greater personal power, right? The courage to initiate. And it's also about communication. In this card, there are 2 children and a burning heart. And he's acting as a guide, a teacher. One of the child is reaching up to grab his hand. And maybe it's about you, mothering you and supporting you and telling you that you can do this. We have mother, and then these children for this, even though the figure is a father, there's still this nurturing component present in the card. And intricacies and industry is at the bottom of the deck, okay? And this means that even the smallest of details are necessary for success. And it's the big and small of your doing. All the risks that you're taking, all the chances, everything that you're submitting, it is high, it's an energy of a lot of focus. And clearing the obstacles. This is the four of keys, clearing the way. Whatever has been in your way, you will break through from. And all of this has to do with money. And maybe there's a deep money wound here. I'm going to ask. Tell me about how this relates to money. What do we need to know? Share with me, please. 7 of Pentacles. You've been on the fence of how to invest, what to hold on to. 5 of Cups in reverse. That's gratitude. Gratitude for what it is that you've made up until this point. Worried that chances will bring you to a lesser place than you currently stand. And here you are in the 7 of Cups. Totally confused. Projections of the mind. You standing in your shadow. Understanding or trying to understand your emotional responses to each one of these projections, which is why the High Priestess is in reverse. This is a lot of noise. This is a lot of stress. And even though this is a cup card, we're talking about how the mind creates the thoughts and the thoughts impact the emotions. 7, 7. 7 of Scrolls. This is the 7 of Swords. 7 of Cups. 7 is the number of development. 7 of Pentacles. You're in a growth stage, okay? And part of that, you're grateful for everything that you've done up until this point. Also, you're terrified. But the Queen of Pentacles is here. You do not have to be constricted in any way. Abundance is in your hand. You are head of state. You can put this to bed. This is a guidance to meditate, to spend some time breathing. Do your breathing. Every morning, you can just find 5-10 minutes. It doesn't take very long to sit with you. 7 of Swords again, finding your independence, carving your own way, your own autonomy. For happiness, there's your 10 of Cups. Okay, before we go any further in that, because I feel like that's clear. Like a true Libra, you're holding both in balance. Ready for new, terrified to leave the old, right? Let's talk about that Emperor that showed up with the Empress. Let's talk about the Lovers. Is there something that we need to uncover regarding relationships? Show me the emotional. Show me the heart. The Sun, okay, in reverse, over the Seven of Pentacles. That's pretty important. The Ten of Cups now on its side. Four of Wands, relationship, and the Judgment. So let's talk about this. Let me just see what this is, because my decks always speak to me. Justice again. My decks always speak to me. My spirits will click and hold different cards on the split. So Four of Wands is the true bottom of the deck. Judgment and Justice, which relates to justice both in the spiritual, as we've been talking about it, worried about what you're capable of, what your karmic roadmap is to success, wondering if you are worthy of what it is that you want to call into existence, but then also a contract about a union between partners. And I'm saying that because the relationship card is here, also Judgment. So the Sun is in reverse. The Sun is the happiest card in the deck. It's true warmth. It's bright shining of consciousness and awareness. And it falls over the Seven of Pentacles. So there is a question of what it is that you are capable or ready to invest regarding happiness, as it is concerning relationships, because there's a judgment about justice. Justice could be whether or not marriage is on the table, or just fair, a fair scheme in a relationship, right? Like there's so many ways in which we have shared approaches, shared responsibilities, shared rewards. A relationship is two people, and we are seeing that in the support system. Here, the Four of Wands. One side completely supports for the ceremony that is coming together, this union. And here's the Tower. Ooh, okay. So the judgment that you have created, the judgment that you have called, the judgment that you are processing, the judgment that you are asking for guidance on, the judgment that may have been placed on you. There is a sense of just judgment about what justice is with respect to this relationship, and something needs to change. It is concerning your happiness. Yes, you are grateful, but you are asking some hard questions. In this pause, like we saw, the Hanged Man in reverse, waiting for a shift in perspective. What is fair? I'm going to keep the cards as is on the table, and I'm going to shift decks just so that if anything wants to pop out again, it can. Show me Judgment. What is Libra's judgment at this time with respect to the Four of Wands? With respect to happiness? With respect to Four of Wands? You see it? No, you can't see it. It's there. With respect to whether or not investment is called for at this time. One more shuffle. Show me, please, what the judgment is. I don't know, but if this is your story, you would know. It's strong. Show me, please, for Libra. There's the Nine of Swords in reverse. The judgment is you don't want to be stressed. High Priestess, again. You want to be divinely guided. You want to trust. You want to have a great sense of security that you know and that there's no secrets. Show me the judgment, please. This world here. The Moon. Knight of Swords, Devil, Two of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. We have the Wheel of Fortune again. So this is the joy of using multiple decks. The cards come out. Now the World, it came out and it was going to land here. It hit this deck. So that's why I turned it around. The moon rules the high priestess. This is how she divines the truth. This is also the fears. The Knight of Swords is going the opposite direction of the Devil. The Two of Pentacles has made a choice. There it is. And we know the Queen of Swords is guiding you at this time for clarity, for conviction, for logic, for reason. And you're about to begin a cycle that as you have claimed it, your judgment is that there is no way that you can invest as is. This change will need quick action to denounce these fears and to stop the ambivalence so that you can stand in this power. This is the Libra card. That is the Ace of Swords, as we know, on track. Yeah. I think that you are going in a direction, perhaps in your career, in your work, in your day-to-day, in your community, that maybe was lackluster. And maybe it made you feel like it came to question, am I getting what I'm worthy of? This is how I feel. Is it fair? Is it just? Is life representing a balance for how I feel? You want to make a change, so you call in manifestation powers, Three of Wands, so that you can make good on this opportunity, but it's scary. And all the while, in the meantime of this waiting, hopefully being guided by these angels, telling you that, as the lover showed us, you are in alignment for exactly what you want. What you want wants you. The money is here. You can't see the fish anymore, but it's there. And in that process of waiting, I think that somehow, some way, perhaps that lackluster mentality, the stress, it could have made some wrinkles in a relationship if you are partnered with someone. And it's called in question about stability, what you offer. And if you're not getting what you wanted, what you needed, what you thought was fair in the career sector, in the material world, maybe it made you ask the same question of judgment in your relationship world. And now you're having this kind of dynamic or duality, same conversation with yourself, really, but also knowing that it needs to be communicated outwards, in both aspects, in both areas of your life, because you want to make a change. You want to spin this wheel. Two of Wands. You're ready. And who's that? The Emperor returns. Yeah. And maybe Queen of Swords is back. Maybe there's something that you need to deliver. So maybe there's some communication that you need to deliver, the Fool, about what it means to take a chance. Ooh, the Knight of Swords again. Right before the Devil. Okay, so let's talk about the Knight of Swords and let's talk about the Devil. The Devil we know is your fears, right? And we know that you're worried about, you've got a grip about some abandonment, perhaps worried about leaving your job, worried about that you're not getting what you deserve, that you're not going to get what you deserve. Though in the waiting, the Three of Wands there's a small window of panic that opens in the waiting. And the Devil is like, oh, I'll just slide right on in. And you have called judgment on that. You are reeling it in, right? You want to be logical. You want to stop going back and forth. You want to know your worth, and that's it. End of conversation. Punto. Got it. But the Knight of Swords comes in swift. And I think that we're talking about communication here, internally. And perhaps when it happens and how it makes you feel, how you perhaps could communicate outwards. You could become cold, short, ill-tempered. And because you're on this tip about what is fair, what is balance, what is justice, like I said, it's causing some wrinkles in a union if you're already in a relationship. Emperor. We're going to go right there. Stork, change. Show me the Emperor if there's anything I need to know about that. Can I see the Emperor, please? Ace of Cups. Show me the Emperor, please. Ace of Swords, upright. And the Fool. Okay, so we know we've seen the Fool previously. Ace of Cups here. We know we've seen the Fool here, right? After the Four of Wands, we have the Tower. Then we have the Ace of Wands. Brand new beginning. Something births in you. This is your connection to Source. So whatever it is that you were looking for a charge, it's there. After you make some changes, something about your old foundation needs to crack away. That's whatever position that you are leaving, whatever relationship maybe that you're having a hard conversation with, something about it needs to shift. And so then you've got the Ace of Wands. Clarity. Big moves. And these big moves are spiritually connected. This is a free fall. He is not afraid to take this leap into whatever this new opportunity is, whatever it is that you are manifesting, because whether it's angels, whether it's anything that you believe, even if it's your own merits, even if it's just the experiences that you've had up until this point, you can pack lightly and go, because this is breaking through, piercing. Whatever it was that was holding you back, it goes right through the crown chakra. Whatever limited perceptions you had of your possibilities, Aquarius season unblocks you financially, and perhaps to find your real voice. Two angels guiding you for communication as it relates to, at the highest point in the reading, what compassion, what unconditional love looks like for the self, knowing what it is that you need to feel nurtured for growth and protected and safe and balanced with fairness and justice, and how you can hold that for other people. She is on her side because there's a whole bunch of noise here. I think you're trying for a lot of things. It just so happened that a lot of things happened at once, and I think that it is causing stress, and that in this coping mechanism, you have a mind that is spinning. But this Knight of Swords, this is why you've tried to turn the volume down. This Knight of Swords has a tendency to speak to you in a way, you speaking to you, that that is unfair, that is not just. And that is why we saw death here before. This bruised ego maybe was rejected previously when trying for something new, when beginning something. The knight remembers. Don't worry. You are guided by the Akashic Tarot. What's in the field, keep going. You are offered by the Lenormand great fish, great money, great success. I'm going to read it to you because, I mean, I know what it means, but perhaps there's something there that will really hit home for you. So it says here, money, prosperity, salary, investment, finances, flow, financial liquidity. And it also is the new year. How appropriate. And it is a boss again. Yeah. So I think that's really, there it is again. The Ace of Cups. So once you are able to let this pierce through the veil and break through and take this chance, the Ace of Cups, you are overflowing with joy and connectivity again to Source. This is divine grace that is always in you. You just have to like slow down to feel it. There is love in everything. There is overflowing beauty and grace in everything. There is divinity in everything. This card is like when you decide to take notice of the people around you and the things around you and really stare at them with wonder and let them fill you. And then you recognize shortly thereafter that actually it is reality that is mirroring back the divine grace in you, that you slow down to take notice and to show appreciation. So it is this moment of truth when you surrender and have faith and trust and take this leap, knowing that you are worth it, quieting the noise when the 10 of Cups comes back. Yeah. You're in a transitionary period, 6 of Swords. There are things that you have to walk away from, and there are things that you are being guided to do. You've got a lot of ancestral support here. The High Priestess 2 times. 2 angels. That's rare, Libra. And the teacher, Osho, showed up for you himself. Everyone wants to see you win. So stop stressing. Okay? Your power card was here several times. The Queen of Swords is ready when you are. Let her move through you. Just keep using her. Just keep relying on reason. Just keep relying on logic. Risks are scary, but you're worth it. Yeah. Okay. I think that's the messages that want to come through for you. I just want to say first and foremost, if this resonates, or if you're actually going out for something new and you're taking a big chance, maybe some entrepreneurial ideas, some big projects, let me know. I wish you the most success and a great Aquarius season. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Until next time. Ciao.